So recently I got a new wheel set. I custom built this wheel set with the Velocity cliff hangers. And I went with a dynamo hub in the front, which is super sick. And I just haven't installed my dynamo taillight yet because I needed this this mount for my Old Man Mountain divide rack here. But before I do that, I really need to clean the bike. It's been far too long since I've done that. So we'll clean up the old steel horse here, and then we can install the dynamo taillight. I should have done a video on the installation of the front light here. What's a really cool thing about the fork on the bomb track hook is that it has a pass-through for the cable, which allows the cable to pass through, so you don't have to wrap it around the fork, which is just like, it's a lot tidier. It was kind of a pain in the ass to do because essentially what I ended up doing was taking a brake cable and passing it through from the bottom, and I had to like fish it out with the spoke, like using the J-bend on a spoke. I fished that out, and then I taped the wire for the light to that and then pulled it through. So I'm not going to redo that just to film it because it was a pain in the ass. But yeah, it looks really tidy, which is sweet. And so just clean up the old Cayuga here and get that tail light on there. What I normally use to clean my bike is this Muck Off Fast Action Bike Cleaner. Yeah, the only reason I've really ever used it is because it's pink, so I like the branding. It does work well, but like I don't think it doesn't blow me away. So that's normally what I use in combination with some little brushes, and I like to put warm water and like just regular dish soap in this, and just like, you know, old t-shirt ripped to bits. I have like infinity of these, so those are always great. You know, they're like too ratty to be donated, so I give them one last use before they hit the landfill. But yeah, I'm gonna try using this Boosted BioClean by Finish Line. I think this is I don't know if this is a newer one. One of the perks of where I work is that there just tends to be a lot of samples hanging out, and so we can try stuff out. So I'm going to give this stuff a try. It's like a water-based cleaner and degreaser. So first things first, I'm just going to throw this guy, put that lockout on there, get this wheel out of the mix. It's always easiest to take your wheel out if you have your chain on the smallest cog at the back here, because then it's just easier to get it all back in and out. I always kind of feel like I'm cross-threading my frickin' through axle, but it's always been like that. Get that out of the mix. Whew, dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. I do lube my shit up regularly, but wiping it off as often is clearly not happening. Thankfully, I'm on top of tile, so I don't have to worry too much about getting the floor dirty. It's gonna get dirty. It's just easier to clean. Now the hard part, I'm gonna figure this thing out. Oh! Hopefully I didn't just spray my brake pads. flare here. It says beefcake, but beef spelled B-E-A-F, because I'm quirky like that. That is pretty cleaned up, if you ask me. And so then after I clean it up, right, we just kind of stripped all of its grease and stuff from it. I do like to go through and lubricate with, this is just Tri-Flow. I put in a little bit more of a convenient bottle. So, well, first things first, I need to blind myself, take off my old light, and this bungee. It's got like carabiners on the end. Pretty handy little thing there. But first things first is I need to put the mount on, which is cool. Old Man Mountain makes a, they make like an accessory for everything that they offer. That nice little mounting plate. I think their stuff comes with great hardware too. You know, got your 2 washers, bolt and a nut. Do 1 washer on the nut. Send it through the rack. That on the underside. Do a washer. Alright, let's think about this. The light I have here is a Herman's. So it's a Herman's H-Trace. Uses, I think, these are 8 mils. Yeah, 2 little 8 mil bolts there. So this little guy here comes off, and that is how we are going to get power to this. So the way that these work is you go from the outside being this bit here, and you feed that in. Do it on both sides. Feed that in. So that is fed in now. And on either side there's these little grooves. Really hard to see. Really hard to see. But there's these little grooves that you just want to fold your cable, the wire, down into. That as snug as I can. And that will create the contact on the inside and hopefully allow for the electric current to do its thing. I think, at least. I'm certainly not an electrician. And then this just goes back in. So I'm going to affix that there with some nuts. Best place to hold them sometimes is your mouth. Nuts in my mouth. Alright, and I can cinch those down in a sec here. And now the creative part of figuring out how to kind of loop this all around. Alright, so now we brought it to here. I'm going to put this behind my brake cables. And so one of these little guys is connected to a red wire and one is connected to a black wire. I'm guessing we just connect black to black and red to red. That's black to black. Red to red. All right, I guess this is the moment of truth. Spin the wheel. Oh, it works. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. These little connections, they seem pretty vulnerable to the elements, so for my peace of mind, I'm going to wrap them in some electrical tape. I think you can use electrical tape to fix so many of your problems. And I have pink electrical tape. That looks pretty much like electrical tape on a thing, so that's pretty good. Does it still work? Yes, still works. Yeah, I am going to electrical tape this because thought about it for 10 seconds and I want to. You know, worst case scenario, I regret doing it and I just take it off. It's a pretty forgiving thing here, so I'm just gonna do it. Well, that is pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, if you did. And yeah, follow me for more stuff like this. You know, looking to do some more rides around town here. You know, more bike repair stuff. Probably some videos on like the bags I make. I made this bag for my Moloko bars here. But yeah, you know, getting into some bike packing stuff, repair stuff. Just really anything and everything bikes, because that is such a huge part of my life. And being able to share it is like super rewarding and something that's like really huge for me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.